Hi. Is it working? Okay, I think it's working. All right. Hello. Hello, Cage. How are you doing? What is so funny? Did you get approved? Did your game get approved to be famous? Did you pass the famousness contest or whatever thing is called? Um. Let's see. So Nerdsel wants me to push the version of the engine to the crates.io, and we don't have it. You didn't refresh every 10 seconds in Steamworks to see when they activate the keys. Oh. Oh, wait, hold on. Does that mean that your game is actually on Steam? Hold on. Oh, no, Rust. Has it ever been not Rust on this channel, though? Did you see me write any other language? I mean, Rust is the only language that makes sense, so I don't think you are going to see me use anything else. I mean, soon isn't up yet. We can generate test keys at least. Oh, okay. Oh, you can start being famous by giving me a key so that I see what's up with your Spelody game, right? Anyway, Python top. Okay, sure. Python is not a bad language for learning, but I don't think it's a good language for making actual work. Want to test in the next few weeks sometimes? We can trade platformers. What do you mean trade platformers? Oh, you're going to play my my beans, right? I play you play the beans. I don't know. Your game is probably not very long, so like I'm going to finish your game and you're not going to finish mine. Although I don't know how much work have you done since the gem, because I only ever played the gem version. I'll beat yours in 5 minutes. What do you mean? Sure. All right. Hold on. I wanted to release a new version to Crates.io. I actually don't want to do that right now. No. We are doing the Linksider today. The game. Nobody will be able to beat your game. Do you have a game? Have I tried your game? What kind of game are you making? We go into projects and where is it? Linksider over here. Oh, Jerem, how are you doing, Jerem? The world's hardest game? You think your game is going to be harder than my game? Open folder. Linksider. I need to work on my farting game. But I also need to work on the Linksider, and Linksider is the priority, so once I don't really know what to do, maybe we'll wait for Davey. Is Davey here, by the way? Then I will go back to the fart. World's hardest game. Version 001. Okay. How do I play this game, though? How do I play this game? Hello? This is too hard. No. You can post the links. If you post a bad link, though, then I will ban you, but you are allowed to post links. How do I play this game? This is too hard already. I don't know what the controls are. Oh, wait, it's the arrow keys, alright. Okay. So you need to be pixel perfect to do pixel perfect movement in this game. Apparently, okay. Okay. Not hard. It is annoying over here. Look at this. Look at this. So I am going down, and because I'm hitting this pixel over here on the left, right? I cannot go down. But also I cannot go right because in one game tick, I guess, you try to move your character certain number of pixels, right? And it hits the wall, so you move it back. But the character should like hit the wall so that I can fit through here, right? This makes the game annoying and not hard. Because I cannot go down now. You see? Like, my character should move as close to the wall as possible here when I'm pressing right, but it's not doing that. So yeah, I cannot even go through this first thing. I don't imagine it's possible. I don't know. Yeah, see, like, if I do a little bit of movement over there... No, this game is possible. I mean, it's... The problem with this game is that the controls are bad. Like, I cannot move 1 pixel. I can only move like 5 pixels at the time. And that makes this annoying. So yeah, it's dependent on the RNG, on the frame rate, I'm guessing, too, maybe. Which makes it... For some reason, the web version is just bad. The download version is better for some reason. Well, probably because you are... like, are you doing the delta time? That is, like, the time passed since the last tick? Or do you have fixed game tick rate? It should not matter. It means that you did something wrong. It should look the same. The bottom looks miserable. What was there in the bottom? Oh, this thing? Ah, no. This looks okay. If only the controls were responsive enough. You know, like I have a 144 hertz monitor. I can do very precise movements, but the game itself is not responsive enough so that I cannot like control myself that precisely. You know, that's the problem. Cargo run. Okay, so here's the game that we are making, right? Alright, I need to make my audio here. OMG, why? Why what? Okay, so now I remember. The last thing that we did is... we made this new thing. So this is the level selection screen. And over here I go to this position, and this is the entrance to the new level. So this is how I go to the first level. Then I finish it, I go back, then we can go and we unlock the second level, so we go there. Something like that. But the level selection level is not ready yet. Is Davey here? Hello, Davey. Davey. Are you here? I have no idea if David did any like design in the game or not. Because how do I even... Features editor. I guess if I go into the editor, then I will be able to see all the levels. Lusted with a face, a thing of beauty. Yeah, hello, Ricky. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually change Pigorli's face into the proper loading screen. This is a sad day? Nah, it's okay, it's okay. Pigorli's face was nice, but... we need a proper loading screen. Alright. Here's all the levels that we have in the game. Some of the things are still broken, like these things. I mean, not broken. Not done. Oh, I see. I remember this thing. We are now pushing the button into the player, which also looks weird. Yeah. Okay. Trying to remember all the things that we did for this game and what we need to fix. I think we are going to start with the easy thing, which is like removing the Pigorlis face. Which is the loading screen. We already had it somewhere. Hold on. Speaking about Discord, I probably should. Goofy Everyday is happy since he was able to remove me from credits after replacing the background image. Oh, wait, hold on. The bot actually picked up this thing. Alright. I need to put the notification that I'm streaming. Alright. How can you say that's easy? Yeah, changing Pigorli's face is a hard decision that has to be done. Alright. But I wanted to go into Discord. Why? I don't remember. Hold on. Also, by the way, yesterday I did rsync my Linux to the new SSD, right? And then I just rebooted into it and it worked. So that's how you can migrate your working system into a new disk. You just rsync into new disk and then you reboot into it. You don't need a live USB or anything. See, I have 3 terabytes of free data, so my Rust compiler is not going to use all of my storage anymore. It's nice, right? Okay. And also I installed this extension for GNOME, which makes me have the tiling inside the GNOME. It's not nice. What do you mean it's not nice? You wanted to use on my all my disk space, Rust compiler? I mean, I gave you more space to waste, so that Rust compiler is going to be more happy, right? Using more memory is better. Well, you are going to use more memory, right? It's just we have more memory to use. Okay, yeah. So I also installed this this plugin that allows me to do the tiling in the GNOME. So I use GNOME, but also I still have the tiling window manager, which is all right. Not more, all of it. You want to use all of it? I mean, eventually, I believe in the Rust compiler. You can use all of that 3 terabytes, and especially when you are going to be combined with the Nix package manager. That's probably going like. I mean, I hope I can last a year with this amount of storage, but oh, there you go. Davey is here. So, what platforms are you planning to release to? Well, this game is already working on Linux, Windows, Macs, web, and Android. We didn't try make the game work on iOS yet, and I don't think I'm planning anything with the with the consoles. So like Xboxes, I am not interested in those. Should we? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah. I think the first thing that we're going to do is to do the Steam release and the Steam release and the Play Store release. But we are not like. You think Switch would be good? Yeah, maybe. But isn't Switch like also you need to like this consoles, they shouldn't you like buy something so that you can develop for Switch? Same for Xboxes, like they have proprietary like SDKs or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Also, I don't have one, so I'm not sure how to test it. Also, the reason why we don't do the iOS yet, because in order to do the iOS release, I need to have a Mac. And I don't have a Mac. I hate Macs. You know, Macs are evil. So I'm not sure if how we are going to make the iOS happen, because like I need a Mac to build an iOS, because Apple doesn't allow the developers to be like to work on all the platforms, right? They want you to buy their hardware, otherwise you are not able to do anything. Goofy loves Macs. Don't listen to Goofy. No, yeah, Macs are great. They're great. If you don't want to think about it, then they're great. Like if you are like, I don't know, 60 years old, all you need to do is open the browser, then Macs are great. Yes. I don't know. Okay, so we do. How do you know my age? Okay, hold on. Jokes on you, I use Mac, but I still having problems. What do you mean? What problems? You still cannot develop for iOS? I mean, I had a Mac before, but I installed Linux on it. That's the only way it was usable. Well, I mean, eventually. Because it became old and Apple doesn't support old hardware. They want you to buy new hardware when your MacBook becomes old. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Okay, with BSD isn't that close enough. Hold on. I think I saw Davey in chat, right? Yeah, Davey is here. Davey, did you make anything in this game or no? Do you know what the game looks like right now? Here's what it looks like. We go into this, which is supposed to be a level selection screen, and we have this entrance to the only level that we have over here. And then we can only play this level. So the other levels are only accessible through the level editor. If you have some progress, maybe we should check it out. No progress? Wait, no way. Why no progress? I thought I was working and you was working too on the game, obviously. Alright, okay. Okay. Alright, fine. Well, are you going to start making progress then? Maybe I should have been working on the farting game then if we have no progress on the Linksider. Alright. Date. Alright. So, anyway, I was going to do the new level selection screen. I'm so mean. Am I? I'm sorry if I'm being mean. Yeah, the new level selection screen, so that this big Orly face, which is only there for half a second, is supposed to be the new loading screen, which is... You cry every time? Rust is better. Alright. Well, Rust is better. This is the last thing that we did for this game. We added a comment that says Rust is better. And what we want is... How do we plan... milestones... Demo? Change Pigorli's face. This one, right? Okay, there you go. This is the new loading screen. That is how it's supposed to be looking, right? We need to remake this into code, basically. Which should not be too hard. Not be too hard. I don't think I want to just load a GIF. I will just draw this thing with code. Right? I mean, we could just load a GIF. That's how the current thing is working, but yeah, I think we do this with code. Why not? It's how we try to remember how to write code, because I didn't do much work recently. All right. So we go into loading screen, right? Loading screen, and I'm just drawing the texture over here. We have the spinner inside the assets. This is the GIF with the Pigorli's face. But instead of doing this, we're going to draw some other stuff. Right? Right. Rip Pigorli, rip. Indeed. I mean, we can start with deleting this thing. All right. Not only the background has been deleted, now Pigorli is also deleted. F Pigorli. All right. So basically, I have committed something that makes the game not working. So we panic now. Ban him too. Oh no. He's trying to make Linksider his own. Alright. The last one to go is going to be Davy, I guess. But I need Davy to make the levels first, then we can get rid of Davy. Alright. Okay. Add a comment, read Pigorli. Okay. Right. Rip Pigorli. Okay. So we don't have the spinner anymore. Here we go. We did the Rip Pigorli over here. Okay. So we need 2 colors here, right? Or is it 3 colors? This is 3 colors, right? This is the background color, the line color, which is white, and then the dust particle, which is like semi-transparent or something. Oh shit, why did I open the new one? I don't need to open the new one. I need to well, actually, you know what? Let me do a loading screen here. Loading screen. Still going to be here. Instead, we do config toml here, right? So that we can specify those 3 colors. It's a cute loading screen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was done by Davey, and we are trying to put this into code now. Yeah, so we have background. We have in color, line, and then we have the dust color, right? Something like this. So dust color is like that, and color is like that. Is it not completely white? This does not look completely white. Anyway, it's going to be configurable here. The background color is probably same as somewhere else. Is this the color? Hello back, Junior Man. Welcome. What are you making? I'm making the same shit we were making the last couple months, I guess. The links either. Specifically, we have deleted Pygorly's face and we're replacing it with a proper loading screen. That's what we are making today. So I'm going to... Oh, wait, hold on. Jump scare. Hold on. Thank you for reminding me. Why did no one else remind me of that? Hold on. I mean, yeah, I didn't make this thing a service. So let's do this. CD projects TTV, cargo run, release server, and then we do projects TTV, and then we do cargo king run release serve release web. All right, there you go. Just called one of the contributors' faces, not a proper loading screen. Okay, all right. How about we get rid of Pygorly, but we also put Pygorly back into the game, into like it just should not be a loading screen, you know? Like we can make a separate credits scene, for example, right? And if we do the credits scene, then we can have Pygorly's face there, maybe. We can have credits with not just text, but with yeah, we can put Ray March back into the credits this way. Okay. Who wanted the jump scare? There you go. It's now working. Nice.
Squiggly rings.
Okay. Over here we're drawing stuff, right? So let's try. Draw. Okay, so we need to create a camera here. I use some Rust with Tori. I have no idea what I'm doing. Need to read a book. Yeah, I suggest before you start writing any Rust code, you should read the book. I think any other language is okay if you just try and write code, but with Rust it's probably better if you read the book first. What's Rust? I know, it's like mushroom, I think. I don't remember exactly. Drawable. So yeah, what are we going to draw? Let's try. Yeah, first of all, let's clear the with the color, which is going to be. Okay, I want to have a config here. Colors background. There you go. So over here, we're going to have config. It's going to be config. Load 30. Huh? That how I write this? I don't remember how to write code in this engine anymore. Serialize. No, deserialize. What we need. Oh, I think I need to do 30 is tunnel, right? Yeah, okay. And then we have colors. Background. Line and dust. So we need those three colors, right? to be in our configuration. Okay, this is done. And then, yeah, this is the Igor's face that we are going to delete that. And over here, instead, I'm going to write to draw the line, right? We need 2 lines here. We need 2 lines. I'm just going to hard code this into this file over here. The only thing that's configurable is going to be the colors, I think, maybe. Or do I want this to be configurable? I don't know. Maybe I will. Hold on, where is the center of the screen here? In this specific thing, where is the center of the screen? Does this mean that this cube that is going to be rotated in the middle of the screen is not actually centered? Where is the center? The center is like in this middle of this line, right? So this thing as a whole is centered. Okay, fine. Let's do all of this configurable. Let's see. Line width is going to be a floating point number. Okay. Line width. Also I want to have camera FOV is going to be like 10. I don't know, 100, whatever. 0, 1. I have very little things to do on the Rust side, so it's okay maybe. So when you do the Tauri, it means that you're doing the front end with like JavaScript, TypeScript, and then the Rust is just the background, I think. I never did anything with Tauri, but I did see some people work with that. Tauri docs suck. I don't know. I never tried it. But what is the alternative to Tauri? The Electron? Have you done anything with Electron? Is Electron nicer in terms of documentation? Okay, well, it is out there for 10 more years, or at least, right? So it makes sense. It makes sense. Line width. Okay, so we want the line width, and then we also want okay, let's have this ground. Ground is going to be a list of points where we draw the ground over here. Okay, so let's do something like, I don't know, -2, -1, 0, and 2. Okay, something like this. Let's try drawing the ground using this configuration over here. Okay, we have camera FOV, and we have ground. So ground is going to be a list of segments, which is going to be floating point 2. So every segment is 2 floating point numbers, which is the left end and the right end of the segment. Over here, instead of doing 10, I do self assets config camera FOV, right? And when I'm drawing this here, I'm going to draw for four segment in, okay, hold on, four left, right, in point ground. We're going to draw a segment. Draw 2D segment. Do left 0 and then we do right 0 because it's going to be in the center of the screen. And then the width is going to be line width. The color is going to be colors line. Okay, so this should actually be it. We should okay. So that we see the loading screen for a little bit longer. Let's do the loading. This future. Let's make it so that the loading happens for a longer time. So I'm going to do this. To do load is load and then hello. Oh, we have a then for futures, not end then. Okay, so then we have the t async move. Oh wait, hold on, is there a sleep? I don't think there is a sleep. Because I cannot use something like can't you await a timer? That's exactly what I but I did not make my timer awaitable. Yeah. I want to return this value, right? But I want to return this after a certain amount of time. So, for example, if you were using Tokyo, that's what you would use if you are working with Tauri, right? So you would do Tokyo times sleep over here, right? But I'm not using Tokyo because this needs to... Tokyo doesn't work on the web, for example, right? I'm not using that. I need to have my own API. I think I just need to do like a time sleep over here in the engine. That like is also working on the web. That we will await here. Duration from seconds. Like, let's make sure that we wait for 5 seconds. So now I need this timer to be and to make a sleep function basically. This is going to require to do some work. Can I make something easier before doing this? You know what? Let me make sure that I don't forget to do that. If I don't do this today, let me write an issue. Time sleep. Async time sleep. Function time sleep. There you go. Like, I need to do that. Great ticket name. I mean, is it a bad ticket name? I don't even need to do a description. That's like self-explanatory, right? You know what? Let's just work on this right now, because why not? But in order to work on that, I need to open a new instance of the VS Code. Hi, good luck. Hello there, Hassan Ken Kahraman. How are you doing? What is this? Visual Studio Code install? What the fuck? Code. There you go. Oh, it worked. Okay, so we open the engine and we make this happen. So we have Bedbox time. This is the crate. And inside this crate, I need to add the sleeping functionality, basically. So this is different from STD time, which is making it work on the web, basically. That's the entire purpose of this. Just like in Tokyo, they have their own time module so that it works with async. It is similar. Okay, so we need to have the function sleep here, right? Public async function sleep duration for a specific duration. That's the signature of the function, and this should be implemented. And the implementation is going to be different if we are on the web or if we are not on the web. Name is difficult. Turkish I am because of that. Well, you are Turkish because your name is difficult, or your name is difficult because you are Turkish. All right. Anyway, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Are you a developer yourself? Are you here for some Rust action? Because that's what we are doing here. We have we're working on a game, and this is the custom engine that I have opened over here that the game is being built on. We have a lot of things that we have reinvented the wheel a lot here. We have our own like linear algebra stuff, and over here this is the time module where we have our own like timing thing. So now I'm creating my own sleep function that is going to work on both the native platforms and the web. That's why it's difficult. If I only was targeting the native things, then sleep is easy. Okay. Right. What is the dependencies of this anyway? So we have the web sys for the web, and the native is only dependent on the STD actually. Can I do an async using STD? Like, how is Tokyo sleeping actually implemented? Is it not using the STD, or is there like async sleeping functionality in the kernels of the operating systems? I'm not even sure. How does it work in Tokyo, for example? No, not Tokyo Postgres, Tokyo. So we have the sleep function over here, right? Sleep. Let's take a look at the source. This sleeping functionality is so it's pretty long. I don't know. They have 400 lines to implement the sleeps. I mean, half of this code is documentation, so probably it's not that hard. They have a lot of documentation, which is good, right? Async OP poll span, runtime resource async OP poll. I mean, this is very low level stuff, Arya. What if we look at the STD, right? Which is like easier. So this is asynchronous sleeping, right? In STD, you have the sleep function, which is blocking the current thread. So this thing, let's take a look. Imp thread sleep, right? So they have different implementations. Probably easier to open this on GitHub. Dust lang, dust. Yes, there is something like that in OS using cheap functionality to halt execution of thread, either for time on event. Yeah, but we actually want to not block the thread. That's the entire purpose. Like the reason I do a lot of stuff like this on my own is because on the web, or like the WebAssembly doesn't have threads yet, right? As far as I understand. Is it is it going to happen anytime soon? Hello, I see what is happening. We're trying to work on the game, making a loading screen. So now, in order to do the proper loading screen, I have decided that I need the sleep functionality that I don't have right now. So yeah, we're being distracted like always by thinking about WebAssembly and threads. WebAssembly threads. WebAssembly threads is not a separate feature, but a combination of several components that allow WebAssembly apps to use traditional multi-threading paradigms on the web. Web workers, shared array buffer. But this is not in the stable browsers yet, as far as I understand. And yeah. So I'm not using threads on the web. Yeah, I think you do the web workers and then you do a shared array buffer, which makes the shared memory. So technically, the web worker is still working with the same memory, using the same shared array buffer. That's why it's called shared, right? Because WebAssembly memory is just the JavaScript shared array buffer usually, right? And when you do multi-threading, you spawn a thread by spawning a new worker that has the access to the same array buffer. I'm guessing, right? But this is not in stable browsers anyway. This is like a new stuff, and I have been like doing this for a long time, so I have been working without threads for a long time. It's okay, but it means that I need to, I don't know, maybe at some point I can like stop doing this myself, but I don't know. Also, like WebAssembly is not only used in the browsers, right? You can also do other stuff, like it's the new trend making plugin systems using WebAssembly. So like, do you need to implement something for your like WebAssembly runtime to support the threads then? I don't know. I'm not really following the development much. I'm just not going to use the threads on the web at the very least. And I mean, the web is not the only platform that doesn't have threads, right? I guess when you do some microcontroller stuff, you can also not have threads, maybe. I'm not sure. So yeah, technically it's an optional feature, the threading. Library. std. Source. Thread. Create sys thread as imp. Okay, so we go into sys. Wasm. No. Windows. Thread. Okay. So for example, in Windows, in order to sleep, we do sleep. So yeah, this is just the Windows API, right? To do the sleep, and this is a blocking current thread, for example, right? And in Unix, I guess there is some other. So yeah, the implementation SD seems to be shorter than the implementation in Tokyo. Well, for Unix, for Unix systems, it is actually longer implementation than for Windows. It's not just calling into the into the system. What even is this? Hold on, seconds, nanoseconds. Leap C, nanosleep. Wait, in Leap C there is a nanosleep. Unity apparently is using workers for threading. Yeah, I know. But it also means that when you export for the web, it's not going to work on all the browsers, right? Right? Like you need to enable shared array buffer support, which is there in like, how do I even enable shared array buffer? Shared array buffer. So, for example, it also doesn't work on the web view on Android, apparently. So this is implemented. But is it... Wait, hold on. Does this mean that this is already in stable browsers? The buffer is enabled from the server sending specific headers, you think? So, yeah, I guess last time I looked at this was not that green, I think. Nested documents and dedicated worker need to set the cross-origin embedded policy header as well with same value. So you need to do some cross-origin embedded policies, right? Shared memory and high-resolution timers were effectively disabled at the start of 2018 in light of the Spectre. In 2020, the new secure approach has been standardized to re-enable shared memory. Okay, so they had the shared array working, but then it was they found the vulnerabilities, right? And now there is a new, more secure implementation, apparently. Anyway, I'm not looking into that. I'm not looking into that. I'm doing it the old way, you know? I'm doing it the old way. I'm not even sure why am I looking at the implementation of the STD. Okay. I just wanted to like, okay, so basically what we need here is we need to do a separate implementation for the web and a separate implementation for the native builds. So on the native builds, we can do all the things that we usually can do. So we can use Tokyo, for example, or something else. But for the WASM, I use this to determine the web. So yeah, either this or that is what we need. So on the web, we are going to use the web APIs, right? To implement this function. And on the native builds, we need to do... Okay, let me do a to-do here first. Then over here, I'm going to do the... Okay, let's start with the native implementation. I probably can do an example here. Examples, sleep. Function main. Oh wait, but I don't have the like the executor. So I will not be able to do this for the web. It's not that simple. I guess I'm going to test this by actually using the engine over here. Crab Rave. Let's do this. Let's do this over here. We do time, sleep, duration, sax, 6, 4, 5. Wait. So we did this. So we have a dancing crab example, and we are going to start dancing after 5 seconds, for example. Right? Cargo, run, example, crab, wave. Let's do that. Why am I using 100% CPU right now? Because I'm compiling? Alright. Okay, so right now, the time sleep actually does nothing, right? So even although, yeah, Yeah, we're just literally going to do nothing. So this is the example that we are talking about. We have a dancing crab. So it's supposed to start dancing after 5 seconds if we implement this function properly. So what should be the implementation for the native platform? I don't. If I can do it without adding Tokyo as a dependency, it would be better. Do I have Tokyo in the dependencies already though? Tokyo. No, I only use it for cargo gang, not for the engine itself. So we don't have Tokyo in the dependencies right now. I think we have the async STD though. Async STD is there. Async STD. I'm using async STD. To do the asynchronous file API. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's add the async STD as dependency. Async STD. Like that. So now we have access to async STD here. So we do async STD. Time. Wait. Sleep. Wait, async STD does not have the sleeping functionality, really? No, they have. They have task sleep. Okay. Async STD, task sleep. It's weird because this is supposed to mimic the STD API, just like Tokyo does. So why is it not time sleep, but instead task sleep? Weird. Duration into. Wait. Okay, there you go. So now, since we do this, we should see the dancing crab only after 5 seconds, after the window is opened, right? So there you go. We have some undefined uninitialized data. 5 seconds passed, and then we see the dancing crab. Okay, so this works. And now the same stuff, but for the web. How do we do this for the web? So okay. Sleep. Hold on. We can create a how do you call these things in JavaScript? The promises, right? So we have access to all of the JavaScript APIs. Is there a thing that is sleep? Of course not. There is a. It's called timeout, right? I think it's called timeout. Set timeout. How do you sleep in JavaScript? It's timeout, right? Set timeout. Sets a timer which executes a function or a specific piece of code. Can I turn the timeout into a future? Working with asynchronous functions, set timeout is an asynchronous function, meaning that the timer function will not pause the execution or other. Okay. What about promises? To create a progression, okay. I think await new promise are set timeout. Yeah. I have not worked much with JavaScript. So when you create a promise, you pass it the what is R? What is JavaScript version of sleep? Yeah, this is resolve. Oh, okay. So resolve is a function that is being called when the promise is done, right? This is like you have. It's not like in Rust the async stuff here. You have promises that call when the promise is done, it's going to call the resolve, right? So the resolve function is going to be called when the timeout is done, right? So there you go. Yeah. So that and that way you can like combine them together. All right. So we have the ability to convert promises into Rust futures. I think I remember having this somewhere in my dependencies. So we need to create the promise, right? And I think also when you create a promise, it can also take another argument, which is going to be what is going to happen when this is failed or something, right? What is the promise API exactly? Promise. Resolve. Resolve and reject, right? What is a reject? Rejected meaning that the operation failed. We are not going to fail the sleeping though. Normally you would have brackets after. Yeah, no, I understand the syntax. I was just trying to remember what it all means. I already seen this before, but I never worked much with JavaScript. With async JavaScript at least. Yeah. So I can do a wasm bind gen here to actually write this in JavaScript, or I can use the WebSys APIs to do it just in Rust. Okay, promise. Promise. Wait, how do? Oh wait, this is probably in Java and JS then, right? In JS sys promise. There you go. Okay, so we have promise and we have a new, and this is going to be function. All right. Creates a new promise with the provided executor CB. The CB is a function that is passed with the argument resolve and reject. The CB function is executed immediately by the promise implementation, passing resolve and reject functions. The executor is called before. Okay. Yes. So like the reject is something that we're not going to use, but the resolve, we are going to pass this into the set timeout, right? The annoying thing about working with Rust and the web is because I'm not going to have the auto-completion here. Like over here, I don't have the auto-completion about what the web says because the Rust analyzer can only autocomplete for one target, which is the current target, and the current target is not the web. So I can change it, but it's alright. Okay, we need to do JS sys space true. Okay, so we do promise. It's going to be JS sys promise new. Promise new, and over here we have a callback. Mute, resolve, and reject, right? Something like this. Cargo thing serve web package in sample crab rave. Okay, let's also try. So if this compiles at least, then I mean at least this API I have used correctly. Is it possible to make Rust Analyzer have auto-completion for like multiple targets at the same time? I don't think it's possible, right? So I can switch so that I can have auto-completion for the WASM, but then I don't have auto-completion for the normal stuff, I think, right? Okay, so this actually was compiled. Address is already in use. Look at this. We have Nix store. Oh, you don't even see this. Hold on. You don't even see this. Do you see this now? Address already in use. Nix store vendor cargo depths. I don't know. We have the why is this E? This is so weird. Isn't this supposed to be the hash? Is the hash on accident got to be all the E letters? It's weird. Okay. Yeah. So we have resolve and reject. Reject we're going to ignore, so we can do like this. And then resolve, we're going to do web sys set timeout, right? So how do we do set timeout again? Set timeout. Wait, where is it? Maybe it is a hash, one of a kind. I don't know, it's like so weird that the hash is equal to all the E letters. Like, what is the odds of that happening? And you see how many E's there are? Don't really see this much, right? But this is the path. Nix store E. And then it goes like vendor cargo vendor depths. So this is supposed to be the hash and then the name of the package in the Nix store. So this hash is all E's. So weird. I never seen this. Okay, websys set timeout. Set timeout, Windows, set timeout with callback. So we need this one, right? Set timeout with callback. And timeout. This one. I think. Wait, this is the method on the window. So websys window unwrap set timeout. Okay, and over here we have the function. So the function is going to be the resolve, obviously, right? And over here we specify the actual timeout. Wait, is the timeout integer? In JavaScript, the timeout, hold on. In JavaScript, the delay, at the time in milliseconds that the timer should wait before the specified function or code is executed. So this is integer, apparently, right? Okay, this is the time in milliseconds. Okay. Resolve. So we do duration as seconds f64. So we multiply this by 1,000, and then we I don't know. I guess we round that, and then we convert into the integer, right? So this is how we do this. So we have the promise this way, and now we need to convert the promise into the Rust future. Rust promise into future. Promises and future. Wasm bindgen futures. Wasm bindgen futures. Futures JS future. Okay, yeah. We just do this from promise. So future is going to be wasm binding future, just future from promise. And then we do future await. Just like that, right? I think that's it. So this means that wasm bind gen futures is also needed to be as the dependencies here. Okay, it looks like it does compile. It looks like right now I'm using the port already to serve. So in order to test this properly, I also need a new. So I'm using Cargo Gang here, right? This is the helper for the engine that like does the compilation and processing of the WASM and serving the thing. And this thing does not have the option to configure the port. I guess server port is 8000 right now, so I'm not going to be able to serve this example because I'm already using the port to serve the bot. Yeah. So I want to do this then too while I am here. The server port needs to be as part of the arguments, right? All right. Serve. Okay. Let's see. Clap long serve serve like port, I guess, right? It's going to be an optional U16, I guess. So this is going to be called default server port. Or actually, you know what? Server port is going to be just U16, but I say that the default here is going to be 8000 instead. Default, is it default value? Maybe. All right, so over here, serve directory open. Okay, so over here I want to do the port U16, right? So over here we just do the port. Also, like making the address configurable, I guess would be also nice, maybe. But for now, I just need the port. So the port is going to be passed over here, opt serve port. There you go. And now I need to so I do cargo gang local. That's what this means. Because gang local is going to be my local build package cargo gang. Okay. So much work to just make it possible to sleep for a little bit of time. But this is pretty fundamental stuff. I only need to do it once anyway. It's alright. It's interesting that I never needed to sleep before, right? So we do serve port here. 8001, for example, right? Because 8001 is not used. So we go here, open. Okay. So we wait 5 seconds here, and then we should see the dancing crab. There you go. See? So this crab only appeared after 5 seconds. This means that our sleep functionality is actually working, which is pretty cool, right? So we have confirmed, I think, that it works on the native and on the web builds now. So for the cargo gang over here, I am going to say allow cargo gang to specify serve port. This is the one thing, and the other thing is this. I'm going to delete this line, and we're going to say time sleep. Close the issue that we just opened. This one, number 73, right? 73. Okay. So now that this was work on the engine, this should be done. I can close this, I think. And what we should do now is I need to do cargo update the gang, right? Okay, there you go. Now that we have updated this, cargo run. So this should actually work now. Now we should see the loading screen for 5 seconds at least, right? Because I made sure that the loading of the assets, after I load them, I also wait 5 seconds. Is what I made here, just so that we can appreciate the loading screen. See, so this is our new loading screen, and we should be looking at this for 5 seconds, and then the game actually loads. Okay, so now we can continue working on the actual loading screen. Okay. All right. So we have drawn, as you can see, the lines, which is the ground. So we can change where exactly those lines appear. Easy, kind of. Right? This is not exactly like it looks here. But we can configure this easy, right? Now we just need to do the rotating cube there. So in order to do the rotated cube, this thing does not have a lot of hold on. Davey, is this supposed to be like a pixelated thing? Because this is not enough quality for me to see what you meant here. Is this supposed to be pixels over here, or is this like a, yeah? I guess it should be pixels, just like inside the game itself, right? Just exactly like in the game, yeah. Should I load it as a texture then? I I think it's easier if I just load those all as textures then. Is it, or is it not? I'm not sure. Okay, cube. A game? Yeah, the link cider. Cube. It's a texture. Oh, Podker. Hello there. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a long time. Or are you back to working now? Where it's going well. We are trying over here to make one of our jam games. Being humble, calling yourself a junior. I don't know. I'm trying all the clickbait titles that I can come up with. I have seen other people calling themselves senior programmers on Twitch, so I'm trying the same by calling myself a junior. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it's working too well though, so yeah. Next time I will call myself a senior, I guess. But yeah, we're trying to make one of our gem games that was pretty successful into a full game. Right now, working on the loading screen. Junior to senior in a day. Yeah. Um. Okay, so we need to open a sprite, I guess. New. What is the size? Is it 16 by 16? This looks like an 8 by 8. Huh? Do I plan to do anything for the Epic Mega Gem? Isn't Epic Mega Jam like Unreal Engine only? I don't do Unreal. I use Rust programming language. So no, actually I don't want to do much game jams anymore because I need to do something finished, which is supposed to be this game at least, and then also the farting game. So yeah, I think the only gem that I'm going to participate in is the LD, the Ludum Dare. Have you seen your issue? Yes, I did. Are you using the original player sprite? It is 16 by 16. I only ever used my own custom engine, Portker, and I mean, not only. The only time I used another engine was actually for this game specifically. This game was originally made because I was trying to learn a new engine. I was trying to learn Bevy, which is also an engine in Rust. So we participated in the Bevy jam, and we did win this jam, but we did rewrite this game back into our own custom engine in the end. I think it's just easier when you work with something that you have created yourself, because then you know it better, at least. And you like, if I don't like something in Unity or in Unreal, I will just end up complaining for the rest of my life, right? But because I have my own custom engine, I can just fix it, right? It's easy. Okay. So we do projects, Linksider, assets, loading screen, cube.png. All right. But I like the complaining. Well, we can complain about Bevy now, right? Or about all the other game engines that we have tried. Nerdsel, are you confident enough to be complaining about Godot? By the way, I didn't hear your opinions about Godot. I was I wanted to try Godot, but yeah, I never did. Nerdsel did try it. Why don't we start every stream from complaining about something? Okay, sure. What should we complain about? He said it was great, Kappa. I don't believe you, Icy. I need to hear it from Nerdsel. Godot was great. Davey likes it too. And Godot was great until you started using it. All right, all right. We stumbled into no bugs whatsoever. Wait, did you actually find some bugs in Godot? What version of Godot were you using? Version 3 or version 4? Version 3, right? Because you made the game working on the web. And I think the 4 doesn't work on the web yet or something. Oh, you did use 4. Oh, okay. Okay, we have the cube PNG. We have the cube PNG, and I'm just going to draw it over here. Timer. That's why it's buggy. So, what is it? So, what does it mean exactly? So they release a new version of the engine, and that's why it's buggy. Isn't new versions of the engine supposed to fix things and not break things? Isn't that how it's supposed to be working? Supposed to go backwards? Okay, yeah. They rewrote lots of stuff, and so stuff is broken. Why did they decide to release it then? Shouldn't they release it only once it's not broken? Or did they only figure out that it's broken once they released it? Yeah, if they're rewriting so much, why don't they rewrite it in Rust? That's a good question. The Godot is currently written in C++, right? You're rewriting. I would rewrite into Rust for sure. Then it would probably be less buggy. They released it so the users can be the testers. Nice. uh... Alright. Draw 2D textured quad. Okay, so the texture is going to be the cube texture. And we need to move it. Are you using Draw 2D? I'm too lazy. I don't know what I'm doing right now. We're supposed to do the easy thing, which is the loading screen. I think I'm becoming slower the more time I spend on the project. You know, like I can do this game easy in like 2 days from scratch, but now that we need to like polish things start being very slow. You know. Maybe it's because I'm streaming and you guys distract me so much. Yeah, I should probably blame the chat. Why do you guys distract me so much? Well, I mean, I did work on the engine. I implemented the sleep functionality. Because of my spaghetti code? No, it's not because of the spaghetti code. What do you mean? This code for this game is pretty good. I think. Blame Gooey Man? Nah. Gooey Man is like... There's nothing to blame Gooey Man for. Good by your standards, sure. What do you mean? What is wrong? Okay, tell me what exactly is wrong. You are looking at some of the code right now. What is wrong with this code? Tell me. Is this wrong that I have are you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? So 9 levels of nestedness. Does this mean that is a bad code? Not enough unwraps? Well, I have 1 unwrap. Oh wait, hold on. Is there 0 unwraps? No, there's 1 unwrap over here. Yeah, we do the unwrap. Yeah, probably not enough on Raps. You're probably right. Hmm. That means it's probably hard to read. What do you mean it's hard to read? Hard to read the code? Because you are not reading code, that means that it's hard to read? That's not how it works. No, 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 no. You can only come to that conclusion if you try to read the code. You know what? You actually did read it. Draw2D. You asked a question about that. So this means that you actually look at the code that I'm writing. I remember last time you stream, you couldn't even focus at all. It's alright, it's alright. I made some progress here, you know? Some progress is being made. Look at this. We are going to see the cube texture right now. Call me link-sided development now. No. I am the developer. There you go. I have a texture. This texture is not pixelated though. By the way, what? Okay, so we need to make this cube rotating around. Why is a texture filter a texture's property and not in the draw method? Well, that's because of how OpenGL works. I'm abstracting OpenGL, right? But technically it can be a property in the draw method, I guess, yeah. Well, now with the new pixelation that happens inside the shader, we can make it the thing, right? But ugly is the thing that abstracts OpenGL as little as possible. So so that's how it works. But we can make a new abstraction on top of that. That makes, like, for example, you would not be able to draw multiple textures, one of them having one filter, and I mean, yeah, like if you pass two textures as uniform to the shader, they need to have the same like properties. Same goes for the wrapping of the texture. It's a property of the texture in OpenGL. I'm not sure about other graphic APIs. Like if you are doing a Vulkan, for example, would you be able to? Is it a property of the texture then? I don't know. I only ever worked with OpenGL. Okay, so we have the cube. And we need to make it rotating. Transform. Rotate. Actually, I will do it in degrees. Degrees is easier. We'll do like 180 a second or something. So if I was not to use the draw 2D, then I need to use the same renderer. But this is the loading screen. So I want to use as little. So like I need to load something to draw my loading screen, right? So I need to make this loading as small as possible. The amount of data that I load as small as possible. But I guess we also need to do a custom shader here if we wanted to not use the draw 2D then. Do you really need trade draw? Where? Inside the draw 2D? I have no idea. Maybe. We have the draw 2D trait. Yeah, this thing we probably do need. You have an idea how to maybe do a better API without a trait? No, I have an idea for the API, but I am not going to do that anyway because I'm doing custom shaders in this game anyway. I'm only doing this for the loading screen. Okay, well, let's see. Cube position is going to be, and cube size is what I need, right? Cube position is 1, cube size is 1. I don't know, for example. Cube position, cube size. Want to tell me your idea? So this draw API right now, this is bad because it's immediate. Instead, I think we should have something like, so we want it to be efficient also. The reason this API is bad is because when you try to draw 1,000 circles, for example, it's going to do 1,000 draw calls. So we need to batch our stuff. So I think it should be something like, we need to have like a renderer, right? Or something, I don't know, like something that like batches, that like stores the things that you are going to draw, you know? Let's call this renderer, sure, right? And then we are going to add something to draw here. I think I still want kind of a trait here, but I mean, instead I would like to like draw line, for example, you know, like position 1, position 2, and width, maybe. That's how they have it in like a bunch of other engines anyway. That's how it's easy. But this is just like basically a syntactic sugar or something that can be done with an extension method. We can still have this the same like using a trait. So we're going to add something to draw. So something that's drawable. So it's still going to be the same, but instead of drawing this immediately, it's going to like queue it, you know? And we need to have multiple, like this drawable object is going to like, it's going to be saved. So if, yeah, basically I need to figure out if I can draw 2 objects using the same draw call. So I need to store inside the renderer like a hash map from like the shader maybe, and I don't know, the set of uniforms that I set over here and everything. So I think it's still going to be similar on the surface, like and then you do renderer dot draw actually, right? So you construct the you need a Z index for that. Bad API is bad. True. What do you mean you need a Z index for that? No, you don't need. I think so. Like, you construct a graph, right? Something. Reserve original draw call order. Well, here's the thing. Inside this API, sometimes you don't really need to preserve the call order, I think. And whether or not you need it should also, I don't know. Anyway, if you thought about it, you should like try implementing this. It's easier if I try to implement it than I try to explain it, because I thought about it for a little bit. not too much. It's hard to know. Well, for some things it matters, for some things it doesn't. You know, because instead of preserving the call order, you can use the Z buffer. Instead of doing the Z index, you can do the depth buffer. You know, in OpenGL, when you're doing 3D, when an object is behind, you can just use the depth buffer to draw the object that's behind. And in that case, the order doesn't matter, right? It only matters the order for those objects that are transparent. So when you inside the draw trait, right? Inside this trait, we need to like inside the implementation of this trait, you need to specify if this object is transparent or not. If it's not transparent, then you can reorder them and use the depth buffer. Whatever. You can try implementing your own version, because I don't think I'm going to get into implementing that stuff anytime soon anyway. I'm okay with writing my own custom shaders every time and writing everything low level. Essentially, I want to turn the ugly draw call into a builder pattern. Nah. I don't know. Does that solve anything though? If you just it's just going to look different syntactically, right? I want a different behavior. Is what I want. Okay, so over here we do translate cube position, and over here I need to figure out the y, right? And also I need to do scale uniform the cube size. Okay, there you go. So, okay. Over here. I think I can do it actually kind of easy if I just do 0 here. I can do cube, bounding box, bottom, minimum y, cube, translate, 0, negative this. So this means that it's going to be on 0. Infinite coder, hello. Just because I really wanted to configure the draw parameters and maybe some shader uniforms. Okay. How I decided to use for my overlay, is it web? Yes, this is for the web. I did not set it up the bot as a service yet. So I did not look into how to set up user services in Nix yet. So I'm just running it right now over here. This is my bot, and this is serving the web front end for the overlay. It's in field cube position. Okay, there you go. It looks a little weird. Why is this why is this cube going left and right? That's not how it's supposed to be. Because the translation is, the rotation is to be before the translation. Of course. And also the angle should be negative so that we rotate clockwise and not counterclockwise. Okay, there you go, there you go. This is looking more like it was supposed to be. You know what? How about over here? Let fake load time is going to be fake load time. Let me make this configurable. Fake load time. Let's just load it for 100 seconds so that we can appreciate this. I'm still using transparent window, but at least I see it. I did some physics for it today. It was fun. Side on soft bodies at the end. Nice. It's loading too fast, so I'm doing the fake load time. Yes, exactly, because I'm working on the loading screen right now. So I'm just literally sleeping. So this is the loading screen for me loading the assets, right? So after I actually load them, I do sleep for the fake load time so that the loading happens for longer. That's just it. Because I'm working on the loading screen. This is how it looks right now. Like the sizes are wrong, but it almost looks as it needs to be. Let me see. What is the FOV in the game usually? FOV in the game. Is it 12? 12. So maybe we should do the same. Camera FOV is 12. Then line width is supposed to be 1 divided by 16, right? Is that right? If I want it to be like 1 pixel. Okay, so then ground. We're trying to do this, but using code. It seems weird over here. I think Davey also didn't really... So if this is 1 tile... I know, this feels like a random length. This is smaller than 1 tile. Maybe it's half a tile. Diagram 2.5. Cube size needs to be 0.5. That's for sure. Negative 2.5, negative 2. And then we do... well, the gap is also pretty small there, which is weird. Do you know how I made it? I just repaint the tile set and go in a level, start holding right to rotate. Wait. You know how I made it? Just repaint the tile set and go in a level, start holding right to rotate. Oh, and you just rotate it into the wall, right? Did you just rotate into a wall? And you made the wall transparent? Just a long platform? Oh, okay. Negative 1.92. Okay. This is hold on. Hold on. Flake load time 0. So this is 16 by 16. This is still the same. You want it to be the same, right? Which means that probably still needs to be this, right? It's too fat right now. This is how it's supposed to be. Hold on. Is it supposed to be that? Or is it just as... No. The player only... that's not how it is. Just do this. Just cut 1 pixel in the corner, right? Okay. Now we can bring back the fake loading time. Okay. Okay. Does this look correct? This gap over here, this over here is what I don't like. The width of the line is alright. The texture, the cube rotating is okay, right? We need to have the dust particle over here in the bottom. And over here, this looks wrong. This little gap over here. Cubes don't dance running. Man, on the spot. Hello there. How are you doing? Should it be like this? So it's like a 1 pixel gap. How long should be this pixel? This is 1 pixel gap right now. Is that how it's supposed to be? What did you want me to do, Davey? I don't know. Am I thinking about it too much and it looks alright? Or is this gap too small now? Oh, this gap was much bigger. I think... yeah, I think it's 3 pixel. Maybe we should make it half a block still. It looks like... maybe the FOV, let's increase the FOV also. It looks like, in your example, that's more like it, right? That looks more like your example. Or is this gap too big now? I don't know why am I thinking about this so much. I think this is okay. We just introduced the dust particle here, and the loading screen is done, right? Okay, the dust is also going to be roll faster, maybe? Yeah, well, we can configure this. Over here, you can configure everything, right? Rotate speed. Should it be like 360 a second? Well, this is too fast though, right? This is too fast. What is our actual rotating speed? Hold on. What is our actual rotating speed? What is the move timing right now? Animation speed is 5. So 0.2 is how we... 0.2 seconds is the time for us to make one block move. And one block move is 90 degrees. So in order... So in 1 second... we're making 5 90 degrees. Wait, I think this is wrong. Hold on. How does this work? Hold on. Is the animation speed even used for anything? Hold on. I don't remember our logic over here. What is the... so when we're doing the regular move, we are... yeah, it's using one game tick, right? To do the move. And then the animation speed is how we speed up the animation. So yeah, we do 5 moves a second, which means that we do 5 90 degrees a second. Which means that it's more than 360. Hold on, is that actually right? If you... so this is 4 times 90 degrees. So we are rotating even faster inside the game? No, I don't believe that. Hold on. This is our rotation speed inside the game. Actually, this is pretty fast. So it looks like it's 450. Is what it should be. Why does it look so fast though right now over here in the loading screen? Is this the same as it just looked in the game? This looks so fast. Or is the problem with my eyes? Or did I do the math incorrectly? Make it slow, it doesn't have to match? Well, it's weird that it doesn't match though, right? It means that somewhere my math is wrong. So maybe 270? $270 looks good, I think. Right? You think it does match now? Oh, something is wrong about my math then. Maybe. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so we make a new thing. So when... oh, when it was faster, it was matching. It's weird that it doesn't match. Press is right as a loading screen, no point in worrying too hard. Now, but I want the everything to make sense when I'm working on the game, right? Hello there. I want it to make sense. Hello there? Hello there. Okay, so the dust particle is looks like it's something like this. Skverna. Hello, hello. This is the shape of the dust particle, right? I think it's more aesthetically pleasing for it to be slower on the load screen. Davey, your game has come so far. Yeah, okay. So this is the dust particle. I think I'm going to make it the same size as the player. Basically. And then we're going to move it to the left and make it fade, right? Or do we crop? How do I make it? Do 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 do. I don't think it matters technically. Let's just do it like this. Whatever. Particle. Okay. I mean, not just particle. Oh wait, why do you mean a sprite? No, no, no. I wanted to save a PNG. File save as PNG. Call it dust. PNG. All right. Don't save. Delete. Okay, so we have the dust PNG. Loading screen. Okay, so we have the dust. You can see the code through Movie's mouth. What do you mean? The mouth transparent? The green screen probably doesn't work correctly again, right? Okay, so we have the dust here. Okay. 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 Okay, so basically what I'm making here is that every 90 degrees we're making one move, and every move we spawn a new particle. So the dust time is the time of the particle, which is going to go from 0 to 1, right? On every move, and that's how we draw the thing. To make sure the same size. We don't rotate it, but we do the translation. And we do colored. We do the fade out. Specify the alpha to be 1 minus dust time. And also move it to the left over here. Minus dust time multiplied by cube size, I guess. Just 2 maybe? I'm not sure. Let's just see how this looks, whatever I have written. We have some code here. To do, I guess we don't need it to do fake load time. Okay. Is this how we wanted it to be? I guess it spawns in the wrong location, right? This particle. Well, Davey didn't do a fade out. Davey actually did a custom thing there. Also, Davey made the rotation of the cube weird. Hold on, Davey. It's the same particle. The same particle as we have in the game already. Well, I'm not going to use the same one, though. That means that I need to... Like, I want it to completely be separated from the game assets. That's why. I'm not sure how to make it. We use the same stuff. Whoops. I don't know, is this too bad if we just do it like this? I think it's okay. It does look too bad, right? I mean, yeah, it feels a little more smooth, this animation, than the particles that we have in the game. It's just one texture instead of a sprite sheet. The rotation looks different than on your stuff. On your stuff, it's like... We bounce? No, we don't bounce. Davy's is the same. On Davy, I think... so in my implementation here, the center of the cube is on the same position horizontally, but Davy's cube actually moving left and right. Why is that? I mean, this doesn't look bad anyway. It's just, it's looking different, which is weird. That's the camera. Yeah, I guess it's the camera. Because the camera in our game, it follows not the current position, but the current like position in the game logic without taking interpolation in mind, I think. So that's why the camera in game is looking different. Okay, anyway, I think this is okay loading screen. We don't need anything more than that. That's alright. I'm not going... We don't need to think about it too much, right? It doesn't have to match the game exactly. That's okay. That's better than Pigorli's face. Is it better than Pigorli's face? I think it is. Pretty cool. Wait. Okay. New loading screen. But now we remove this fake loading time. I mean, we can do 1 second of the loading time, so we can appreciate the loading screen for 1 second at least, right? New loading screen. Fog. Actual progress today. Look at us. Change Pigorli's face. This is issue number 113. Okay. Rip Pigorli. Rip. Okay. All right. Yeah, see? We just see it for 1 second and it is loaded. Cargo in next flake update. I need to update the flake so that the cargo gang has this. The surfboard. Okay. Flake update. Done. Okay. Are we going to do anything else today? I don't think today is going to be a very long stream. I can do a little bit more. I just don't know what should we do. I thought we were going to play some of the new Davis level, but apparently we don't have any new levels yet in the game. Were you working on your own game then? Or what you were doing? What you were doing just nothing? Just playing some games? I saw you playing some game, I don't remember what. Let's take a look at our plan. So, he was working on your vacation. Alright. It's good. Resting is good. We should all rest sometimes. Do you think when are we going to actually release the demo though? Like the original plan was to release it in the beginning of the July. That was my thinking. But do you think now that we're going to release it in the next year? Like, are we going to release it before the end of this year, in 2023? What do we need to make for the level? I mean, not much needs to happen, right? We need to do the locked levels. You need to make the level selection screen, that is the level itself, right? Because right now we cannot even play the game anymore because the level selection screen is not the new level selection screen. We made it, but it needs to be designed. What do I need to do on my side for the demo to happen? Solve side effect overlapping issue. Think we can release it in a month after we figure out the Steam page? Alright. I mean, technically, we don't have much issues left on this thing. Does it mean that... I mean, it doesn't look good right now. Right now, it does not look good. But that's because of the missing level selection, basically. Level selection screen. Level preview when you stop on a level tile. Oh, probably the previews needs to be looking differently too. Wait, hold on. Is these milestones also supposed to be for the demo? Main menu? Main menu. Is main menu supposed to be for the demo? Menu mockup. Assigned to Davey. Alright. I'm not sure what the plan is. We need to, like... Level editor now? Yeah, the level editor is like our private thing, so we don't need to make it public, so we don't need to make it look good. But everything else we need, right? I mean, technically, well, hold on. We already have the level preview. When I stop on the level tile, we already have this, right? It just doesn't look very good. We need to change how the thing looks. Alright, I'm not sure what to do now for this game. We need to plan, I guess, right now. Locked levels is something that is kind of obvious, so I can work on that. I think I'm going to be working on that today, though. Multiplayer race mode. I don't think I'm going to do multiplayer for this game. What do you mean race mode? Anyway, whoever completes all the puzzles first when you... Or what? And if we are going to make it for Steam, how do we also make the Steam achievements? Or is that not necessary for the demo, I guess? We can figure this out later. 1v1 mirror level, expand viewpoint, and the players race through level. I don't know, multiplayer is not... Like, it's a puzzle game. Puzzles, you are supposed to be solving them on your own. Like, what exactly is racing in this... in a puzzle? No, I don't think that's a good idea. Is there any puzzle games that have multiplayer? Can you give me any example? Competitive speedrunning. Speedrunning a puzzle game is weird because it does not require skill, right? It requires you remembering the puzzle. Portal. Portals is something that we want to add to the game, yes, but we are not, like, we are currently working towards the demo, so we're not going to add new game mechanics into the game. Portals are planned, though, yes. We have portals and some other game mechanics that we're going to make, but after we make the demo. So we meant the game, lol, but good mechanic. Oh, Portal has competitive puzzles. No, yeah, okay. But okay, yes. But Portal, I don't know. We already have multiple players in this game, right? It's just you are the player who controls all the players. Because it's different from Portal because it's a turn-based game kind of. Because you can just switch the player and use the other player to help you solve the puzzle. I don't see it as a multiplayer game at all. So we have like over here, right? We have like just multiple players and you just switch between them. A loading screen is a tiny fade in. What is the gray thing? In this level, this is the so this is the side that disables your abilities. So when I'm touching this side, I'm not jumping away from each other over here. But if I touch the other side of that player, it just disables the side effects. Like over here, so you see we jump away from each other, but if I touch it when on this side is disabled, then we're not jumping away from each other. I think the game has the ability to have a competitive aspect, meaning lots of replayability. I don't understand how. How do you make a puzzle game competitive? Because a puzzle game is something that you solve only once. It only makes sense solving a puzzle game once. So how do you make a puzzle game replayable? I don't get it. Like even Portal, does it have replayability? No, because you solved the puzzles in Portal once. You can do it fast. What exactly do I do fast? Tetris? Tetris is not a puzzle game. Tetris is a puzzle game? No, it's not. No, it's not. Tetris is the addictive puzzle game that started it all. No, it's not a puzzle game. I don't think. No, it's an arcade game. Whatever that means, I guess. It's not a puzzle game. Puzzle game is a game where you solve puzzles. Tetris is just a game where you need to make blocks go into holes. I don't know. It's like saying that shooter games is puzzles because you need to like figure out where do you need to shoot. I know a really competitive puzzle game, chess. No, chess is not a. I mean, okay, chess is closer to a puzzle game than Tetris. Okay, yeah. Tetris is a game where you solve puzzles. All right. My definition of puzzle is different from your definition of puzzles, I guess. I don't know. Is a puzzle game just doesn't have preset levels? No, it's more of a reaction game than a puzzle game. There is a little bit of a tiny little bit of a puzzle aspect there, but it's not enough to call it a puzzle game. I don't think so. Tetris, a puzzle video game. If Google's like you don't need to like even if Google says it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Has Google never lied to you before? Why is Tetris a puzzle game? What games are considered puzzles? Logic puzzles. What type of game design is Tetris? Tetris game is a classic game of logic control. See, it's not a puzzle. It's a logic control. What is a Tetris shape called? Ah, Google is God, so it's a puzzle game. I don't know. You can try asking ChatGPT. Isn't ChatGPT the new god instead of it being the Google? Google is now outdated. Google is a puzzle. Yeah, no, yeah, that is true. Alexei was even Soviet, and were disagreeing with his classification. With the classification of puzzle game. That just doesn't belong to a genre. It's a genre itself. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Davis said a good thing. We need to have a fade in. How do we do a fade in? Fade out. Well, here's the thing. The fade out that we made. Does that mean Linksider is a Tetris-like? No. The GVT gods have spoken. Why is it this website not loading for me? What? What? Huh? Hold on. Is Tetris a puzzle game? Yes, Tetris is generally considered a puzzle video game. In Tetris, players manipulate different shapes called tetrominoes as they fall down the playing field. The goal is to arrange these tetrominoes in a way that they form the complete horizontal lines without gaps. When a line is completed, it disappears and the player earns points. The game becomes progressively more challenging as the tetrominoes. Tetris requires logical thinking, spatial awareness, and quick decision making to fit the tetrominoes together and clear lines efficiently. This characteristic align with what is commonly associated with puzzle games. No, I think quick decision making is not about puzzle games. So this is the most important aspect of Tetris, I think, in my opinion. The quick decision making, and this is what is not there in most of the puzzle games, at least. Yeah, puzzles don't normally require quickness. Anyway, that all doesn't matter. That all doesn't matter. Fading out is hard coded into the play game state. I'm thinking. I am thinking. This should be a timer. Hold on. I think I need to do over here self ctx fade out. Yeah, I want to extract the fading out over here. So we have the fade in, and I want to do the same with the fade out. But the fade out is not going to accept the future. It's going to accept something else. Fade out. Fade out is just taking the rendering, yes. So this is going to be impl fn mute using the so that we specify how to draw only. So over here with frame buffer, we call the function using the frame buffer, and then we do draw the fade like this, like that. Update. There be an update. Okay, fine. Let's do the time here too. Just in case I actually do want that. Okay, I think this should be good. So we have this delta time and frame buffer. Update. Delta time. Like this. So now that I have the fade out as a method, we can do in the loading screen also the fading out. Hold on, how do I do the fading out here? Because we don't have the context here. Which means that the fade out fade out I guess this needs to be a freestanding function then. Make this in utils then. So fade time like this. Instead of this, we just use the fade time. Instead of self gang, it's going to be just gang. Oh, but in the renderer, oh shit. Yeah, okay. Mm. Is this it? Okay. And then in the loading screen, I want to fade out in the end. Right? This is the draw method that we have. Oh shit, hold on. What do you mean? So I have the draw. This is a closure. They say that the draw does not leave long enough. What do you mean exactly by that? Let's call this one a draw FN. Draw FN doesn't live long enough. Why? Consider forcing the temperature to be dropped sooner before the blocks. Wait, what? They say that I should do that X is this, and then we do X. And then it leaves long enough. Because we're selecting the future. So this creates the temporary thing. Oh, because nah, I'm not sure what's happening here. Whatever. This fixes it. I can just do a let on the score, right? Well, I guess a result. This one will return the result. But I want to do over here in the end the fade out. Fade out needs to happen here. Fade time. No. Where did it function? Found async block. Now draw FN. That's why. Okay, and over here, this needs to be awaited, and over here we say self-config fade out. So the fade out is also going to be different for the loading screen. I want it to be completely independent. Let's make a fade out of a half a second. I think the only problem that right now I'm not even fading in, right? I'm only doing the fade out. Do I do fade in at all in this game right now? Hold on, we had 2 loading screens in a row there. So we faded into a loading screen when we're doing the editor. I guess without the editor, it's just going to be 1 loading screen. Okay, there you go. Now we have a fade in, out. Yeah, we only, yeah, see? We are doing, when we're going into the level, we fade out when we go back from the level, but we don't have the fade in. Right? So, is the fade in even used? Because I remember that we did it. Fade in. This is not used. The fading in is not used. So am I supposed to always fade in when I'm like doing this? No, but then I guess the run. I guess this one, when I'm running over here, I want to do the Sycophant run impul. So this, all of that, this is the run impul, right? Self run impul. Wait. Right? But over here, I need to do the fade in here, basically. So we do self edx own fade in, and this is the future. The future is going to be the run impul, and then we await over here. Right? That's going to be that easy. So we just fade in every time we try to run the play state of the game. Hopefully, it's just that easy. Yeah, we fade out and then we fade in. Right? Okay, we fade in, fade out. I mean, over here, we don't do the fade in, which probably means that we should do it. When we're entering the level and exiting the level. That's like a different thing, right? Enter. What happens when I'm entering the level? Yes, so over here, when we are entering, when we're standing on the inner level, right? Because we can have levels inside levels in this game. Over here, we just load the new level. Over here, it's supposed to be a loading screen, technically, because it can take a while to load the level. Right now, we don't do the loading screen. We just wait. And then we run over here. So this run means that we're going to fade in. But we also need to fade out before we're doing that. And then after, we need to also fade back in, right? How can I do this even? Over here. To do fade in and out. In order to fade back in, I need to know what to draw when I'm fading in. And before, we need to fade out. Self ctx fade out. Fade out. Delta time frame buffer. We do self draw frame buffer. Await, right? We do this. This is how we fade out. We don't need the delta time here, so we're just going to ignore this one. Closure requires unique access to self, but it's already borrowed. Yeah, I guess, because the draw requires immutable access to self. I mean, technically, do I need these to require mutable access to self? I don't think I need. Well, I actually do need it. Okay. Okay, fine. So I need I think if I just clone it here. Which requires unique access to self, but is already borrowed. Oh, because we are borrowed over here, standing on the inner level, this returns us a reference to the inner level. Okay, that's why. Okay. Let's say that let inner. We just are going to ignore this one, and we're going to do this and unwrap here. Okay, this is a little bit ugly, but it works. So this is us fading out when we are going inside the inner level, right? And then I need to fade in when we go back from the inner level into the current level. I think fading in and out is like, it's like weird. Maybe I should do it somehow differently, because right now this means that I cannot do anything when I'm doing the fade out. Like if I press escape, it's not going to be handled. So fade out, fade in, right? Fade out. But when we press escape over here, we fade out, but then no fading in. This is the last piece that needs to happen. So we need to fade in over here. Fade in. And fade in over here, we just say that async Is this how it's supposed to work? Not sure. I'm starting to like regret my move to the async stuff. This is weird. I don't like how it looks. At the same time, if I was not doing async, it would probably look even like more verbose. So I go in, then I press escape, I go back, and then I fade in. Alright, so there you go. But then I cannot control myself anymore. Because why? I have no idea why. The fading in. Oh. Yeah. Fade in. Yeah, fade in never finishes. Okay, I need a different kind of fade in. I need a fade in that looks like my fade out. It just takes the delta time and frame buffer, I think. It's like, just like this. I want fade in. So yeah. But my current fade in is better because it handles the input, and this does not. Fade in. call this fade into. I don't know. I need to think. We're starting to write bad code again. Fade into. So fade out. I think we need to have. I think this is going to be called just fade, right? And this needs to do the formula here. Fade time. So the formula is either fading in or out. So out, boolean, I think. So we do over here. If not out, then we do a is 1 minus a, I think. Yeah. So fade out is fade time true. Right? Fade in is like the same, but with false. Because it's like the same, we just do different. The alpha goes from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 0. That's the only difference. Right? We do a fade in here. That's it. Oh shit, what happened? What happened? Huh? What? Hold on, so if I'm holding the button, Junior? Yes. Do you see how slow I am in making this game? Reverse clickbait. Hello, Batcop.
Hello, Batcop.
The camera is also jumping. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, the camera is jumping because I go into the level before the camera actually goes in. I see. So the time passed is a lot. Oh, I see. It's because the time passed is a lot. Okay. Hold on. I understand this. So this is the problem with the async controlling of the game state, because over here, after I did that, we go back over here. So we have the timer here, right? And we are ticking the timer. So between the ticks happens the inner state, which means that is a lot of time that happened here. if I just do a minimum here of this and 0.1, for example, this is one of the fixes. But this is so ugly. Let me do a to-do here. I don't know. I don't know what to write here. We'll write a KW. That's a good comment, right? Making the last 5% of the game takes like 90% of the time. It's crazy. Yeah. Have you ever made it the last 5%? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I said, right? I can make the game originally for a game jam in 2 days, but then actually, like, we have been working on this for so long time, and we literally only made this loading screen over here. Do you like this loading screen? Look at this. This is the loading screen, and then we go into the game. So that's what we did today. And now I'm also doing this fading in and out. When we go into these inner levels, okay. Okay, it looks a little better right now than it was before. Okay, there's a... yeah, I don't know. I need to think about what is the better way of writing all this code. I still think that async is like nice, but it presents some new challenges. Anyway, so we did the new... okay, fade in out works kinda. Okay. Is it a good morning, Bad Cop, or is it a good night? I think it's a morning, but I'm not sure. Are you going to stream? Because I'm going to end the stream. Don't end? Like never? Someone's raiding me? Wait. What does that mean? Well, if they are trying to raid me, then you should probably tell them that I'm going to end the stream soon. I mean, probably I will go maybe for half an hour more. Do I want to do 10 push-ups? I think I don't have it set up, so I will not be able to show it to you because I'm using the Flatpak version of OBS, and this thing does not have the Android camera plugin extension, so I will not be able to show you. But I can do the push-ups, but unfortunately you will not be able to see me, you know, like... yeah, you will have to believe me that I did them if you redeem that reward. Why don't you just use prepackaged OBS? Well, because the prepackaged OBS has a very bad problem, which means that the browser source does not have hardware acceleration. I was using the prepackaged OBS before, and the browser source does not have WebGL working in it. That is why. I think I need to like look into that myself. I need to figure out how are they compiling the version for the Flatpak, and do you even feel this? Of course I feel it, because my overlay works using WebGL, and if I use prepackaged, then this overlay, these little crabs on the bottom of the screen, they're not even going to work. Oh, there we go. We have a raid. SWLKR. How do... it me? Wait. What do you mean it's you? You are this Walker? Hello there. What were you doing on that stream? Is that a bash? Or no? Well, anyway, welcome. We are doing oh wait, Rust drama, it's so over. Wait, hold on. You're doing Rust? Nice. What about the drama? Are you talking about the Surdy drama where so they made the so one of the most used, I guess, crates in Rust is the Surdy, which allows you to do the serialization like that, right? So this over here, this derive macro is doing some code generation. So in order, so like compile times in Rust are very bad, and crates.io does not provide the binary already built crates. So you need to build everything yourself every time. So what Surdy derive crate did is they inside the source they embedded the binary into the source. Yeah. Gotta bounce, have a meeting, have fun. Yeah, thank you for the raid again. Let me give you a follow, I guess. So yeah, like a controversial feature because there's no way to a way to confirm that the binary was built using the same source, right? Or something like that. So there could be some malicious code running on your PC when you use Surdy derive crate. That's the drama that happened recently. All right. Anyway. Okay, let's try thinking about something else that we are going to do. What are we going to do? I don't know. I actually was thinking that I should finish the stream, but what can we do? There are a little tiny feature that I can add to the game. Apparently Prime played my Wordle clone. Well, good job. How did you know? How do you know? How do you know? Did you look into the logs of your Wordle? Oh, there's actually... Okay. Look at this. Bad Cop actually becoming popular.
That we actually genuinely have Bashstack. I really am bad at this. You know I barely speak English, right? Like, you know this. I barely speak it.
Let's see if Prime is actually worse at English than I am.
What's happening? I'm trying to go. Can I play? Can I play, or are you gonna play?
I don't know. He seems like he's struggling. I think he is actually doing worse than I did.
Gosh, a W, but not in there. Oh, where? Nope, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Fudge. What has a W in it?
This is the most suffering face of Prime that I ever saw.
Honestly, no idea.
Why is the most suffering face he makes when playing your game?
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying, Ryan. Like, I went there and went through everything.
It's like he's in pain or something. I don't know.
SQ?
You didn't invent the game. Yeah, I know. But you made this specific game, right?
Of Bashstack. I cannot believe that we...
Anyway, how do I make Prime play Linksider? Rewrite it in Bash? So the fact that it's written in Rust is not enough for Prime anymore, right? We need to do something that is more memey, right? Okay, understood.
Make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Boobs.
Writing a camel. What if I make my own programming language, then we'll rewrite it in my own programming language? Is that going to be hype enough?
Okay, we got something, boys. We got something. Power overwhelming. Penis power.
Penis power.
Dude, I can't do this. I literally cannot do these things. I actually do not contain the ability to do this. Souls, Sonic, there's 2 S's and an O? What the hell has that? What the hell has 2 S's and an O? 2 S's and an O? I could never do this. Bossy?
Okay, well, good job on becoming popular, Bad Cop. Congratulations. Alright. Is that why your game was, like, your game server crashed? Because a bunch of people decided to play your game? Or is that at a different time? Did that happen at a different time? Okay, well, I have no idea what well, I didn't plan what I need to do after I did the loading screen. So yeah, I think it's good enough. I need to do some planning of what I need to do next in this game. Yeah. Let's just end the stream. Can you make level selection a rendering? Use a different tile. How do I go? Wait, hold on. Why can I not see what you're replying to? How do I go to that message? I don't understand. How do I... There is no button to go because I cannot read the message fully. Okay, if I click reply, then I can see it. Okay, can you make the level selections rendering using a different tile set? Why do you need a different tile set though? You want it to be completely different? Tile set, different tile set. I don't think it's very easy to do right now. It's not the quick thing to do because my renderer literally like yeah, I don't think I want to think about it right now. It's not a quick thing to do. Oh wait, is Primeagen like playing your game right now? Or what?
More code, thus we have more complicated software.
Oh look,
thus
Rust.
We are actually in a day and age of harder software. It's a very thoughtful observation of, do LSPs actually make life worse or better? I don't know. Well, it's not that the...
What is this? Guy's just sleeping. AI experiment? What does it mean? Making a precision platformer in Godot.
So it all takes time. But I've been doing...
What is this?
Code
Is this
assistant
Celeste
AI.
reskin? I like this paint art. Let's go here. By the way, today I got rid of the sub-modules.
Found a cool
Took
bug
me like
with
1
the
hour.
boss of my game. He's
Like
flying
figuring
around,
out
he's
how to
fighting
do
with
a
a
Git
monster, and if you jump
dependency.
under his feet, he will attach to your head.
Well, next time you're going to do it in 5 seconds, right? Because it's that easy.
468 by 660.
Wait, did I make the raid?
Right now. I'll tell you, it's long. I see. You have a huge resolution, Shiny.
Hold on. What is wrong with my Twitch? My Twitch is wrong. Look at this. At a raid? It doesn't want to raid. Have I lost the ability to raid people because I didn't stream for a long time? Is that how it works? What? Do/raid and practical. That's exactly what I did. Look at this. Or use the button. Look at this. This is the button. Start raid. It doesn't work. What is wrong? What is wrong? I cannot click on this. Refresh maybe? Raid. Oh, okay. Something was wrong. Not sure what exactly. I cancelled it? Did I? No, I did not. What do you mean? I did not cancel it. I guess I did. Oh, I cannot press back here. Well, because if I do /raid, then this thing appears, but when I do back, I guess it just cancels it. All right. There you go. See, I'm a professional streamer. Okay, bye guys. See you next time.
Or with what we currently have going.